Over the weekend, hundreds of white supremacists gathered in Charlottesville, Virginia. Even before the demonstrations turned violent, people are condemning the rally for spreading hate.
According to the Government Accountability Office, 106 people have been killed by far-right violent extremists in the U.S. since 2000. So how many hate groups are there in the U.S.? Good question. Here's Heather Brown.
The Unite the Right rally wasn't just one group.
White supremacists,
neo-Nazi, the KKK.
How many Ku Klux Klan or white supremacist or neo-Nazi groups are actually out there?
Well, it's a hard question to answer because a lot of people keep their white supremacy activity more secretive.
Sociologist Lisa Waldner researches right-wing extremism.
Some might be more passive folks, so they're on the web. They might be a member on a mailing list. They might subscribe to a particular website. They don't necessarily go to rallies publicly and participate for that reason. So you have all sorts of layers of involvement.
The Southern Poverty Law Center listed 917 groups in 2016. Black separatist, Ku Klux Klan, anti-Muslim, white nationalist, general hate, neo-Nazi, anti-LGBT, racist skinhead, neo-Confederate, and Christian identity.
You have to be somewhat cautious at using their labels, but they are a good source of information for just generally understanding what types of groups are out there.
The Southern Poverty Law Center says hate groups are up from when they started counting in the 90s, but down slightly from just over 1,000 in 2011. The biggest jump has been in the number of anti-Muslim groups.
Where are these groups located?
All over the United States. They're not just in the South, and they're not just in rural areas. They're all over the place, often urban areas like Detroit and Chicago.
Here's a map. They list 10 in Minnesota, including 2 black separatist, hate music, Klan, and neo-Nazi groups.
When the white man's a minority, you ain't gonna be safe any longer.
In May of this year, a small group of neo-Nazis rallied at the Minnesota State Capitol.
I think they are probably on the rise, but again, they are a fringe element of society, so I wouldn't want to overblow their importance or act like they're more important than they really are.
Heather Brown, WCCO 4 News.
We did reach out to the Remnant, one of the groups designated as a hate group here in Minnesota.
The Southern Poverty Law Center calls it a radical Catholic organization. They told us they denounce racism, violence, and hatred, and they say they are a Roman Catholic newspaper. If you have a good question for Heather, just email it by going to WCCO.com/links.